Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube lands, it's your boy Tuglo, and today we are going to go through a quick little video of the best way to make the most out of this EXP event that's going on from August 28th until September 3rd. So starting out, I'm just going to tell you what I did to level up as quickly as I could. First off, I knocked out as much of the story as I possibly could. That includes using friends, and that includes like trying to wait until the very last second to use friends. So like, let's say for instance, if my first team could only do 4-3 and then I needed to use 4-4, you know, I needed to use a team there, a friends team, then I would just use the friends team to keep pushing me forward. So after knowing this, I kind of took a different route, and dude, I was spamming these combat simulations as much as I could just to level up one squad. The squad that I chose was 3 ARs, 2 SMGs. Now, with that being said, the first place that I started leveling out at, besides 1-1, is going to be 1-1E for emergency. This was the first place where I was getting a lot of EXP for my level 1 to level 15 area. Now, the route in which I took I'd start here. First turn would end up at the top left. Then I would make my way down to here, and then I'd end up and complete it here. It was like a 3-turn match. After doing that for so many levels, I think I want to say I ended up around like 30s, maybe a little higher than that. I believe I pushed it to 2-2 and 2-1E. I believe those are the two places that I was farming the most. 2-1E is where I would suggest you go next. So right here, you're just going to put a dummy team. So literally just somebody that can just stand there. And then you're going to put the team that you're leveling. You're going to take them from here, and you're just going to make this little backwards L motion. You'll start here and just come here and end the turn there. Very quick, very simple. Now, depending on what level you are after that, I hope that you can at least grind up enough story mode to get to level 45. If you can get to level 45, you can now run 4-3E. Now, this is going to be extremely beautiful because 4-3E, as you can see, I've done it 927 times. This is where it's just going to be easy money. Now, essentially, you would do this until you were about 70, 75. But let's say you wanted to move on a little earlier because either A, the levels are slowing down, or B, it's taking too many resources. So for this level, you're going to set your main team here. You're going to set your dummy team over here. And then you're just going to literally just walk up this straight line with 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, and your turn. Bam. After you get this, I would say around 70, maybe 75. I think I moved on around 70. I moved to 5. Oh, where are we at? Here we go. 5-4. I moved on to 5-4. I did this for 666 times. Now, in 5-4, what you do is you set your main team here. Then you set a dummy team here. And you essentially have 5 battles worth of ammo to use when you have a fully resupplied character. So basically what I did is I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's 5 turns. You have 6 turns as long as you're setting out 2 squads. So I'd go 1 battle, 2 battle, 3 battle, 4 battle, 5 battle. I'm out of ammo, and then I would just come right back to this spot, end the turn, and then it would be game over. So that's what I was doing for 5-4, and I did that for a very, very long time. Now, Chapter 0 you unlock after completing one of the missions in Chapter 6. I don't remember which mission it was, but basically just complete Chapter 6 and then come do Chapter 0 unlocks. Now, the thing with Chapter 0, 0-2, is you need to have a lot of specific things. It's kind of wonky. That's why unless you just have like god tier luck and you get a lot of good equipment right away and you've already leveled up these specific skills, hey, by all means, you're already here. But let's say you didn't. I'm just going to go through this just for later down the road. Or let's say you're already here and you're ready to do it. So it's going to be very specific in the fact that you are going to want M16 leveled up to at least 90. That's when I started doing this. I literally did this I started my first run last night. So M16 at level 90. My gear for her is a T3 exoskeleton that's maxed out and is at plus 10. So I get 22 evasion, minus 5 damage. The minus 5 damage doesn't even matter. Ideally, it's a T4 exoskeleton, but I didn't have some good luck on my rolls. The next thing you're going to want is this type 3 armor plate. I don't know what plus upgrade it has to be at. I started this with plus 9 and it was maxed out on the calibration, so I can't speak for anything lower than that. I get plus 10 armor here. That is the stat that we want to pay the most attention to. Now, the second thing that you're really going to want, you're going to want 2 grenadiers. The 3 grenadiers that are always going to be used here are going to be, let me do this. The 3 grenadiers that you will use are going to be FAL, and it's very important that you get her skill up to level 9 or 10. The same goes for SOP mod. You want her skill at level 9 or level 10. You can see mine is at 10. And the last person is going to be 416. She's not even nowhere near close to being my damage, nor is her skill. So, the thing that you need here is 2 grenadiers with FAL and SOP mod, at least level 90, and they need to have a level 9 or 10 skill. 8 is really pushing your luck. Now, the last thing you will want is a handgun. Let me see. You are going to want a handgun. The reason why I'm using this handgun in particular is because on stream last night, I was told that she gives one of the biggest damage buffs, tile buffs in the game to your characters. So very important to have any type of handgun. You can use, whether it be Grizzly, you get a pretty decent buff here, whether it be CZ75, anybody that can buff your damage, your rate of fire, or your accuracy not being really that super important, rate of fire and damage being the 2 most important stats. With MK23, we get 27 damage for right now. It'll scale up later. So, now that we know the 3 things we need, M16, SOP mod, 2 grenadiers, excuse me, M16, 2 grenadiers, and a handgun. The last 2 don't even matter. They're the ones that we're going to be leveling up. Now we're going to take a look at our formation. M16 is going to be in the front. The reason why is she's literally going to soak up every bit of damage. Ideally, nobody else gets hit. For me, I have the MK23 right here because SOP mod is going to be getting that damage buff. And because Scorpion, somebody that I'm leveling up, is going to have this weird tile that she has to be in front of SOP mod, so I put her there. And then the last person is going to be in this slot. This is the formation that you will be using in order to corpse drag through 02. Now, let me see. I believe I need to put FAL here and SOP mod here. Now, I'm going to show you very quickly what it means to corpse drag. And honestly, you can start corpse dragging when you're in 4-3-E. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is set your 2 damage dealers on one team and set just some scrap team right here. You're going to start the operation. And now let's say FAL's right here. I'm going to resupply the both of them. I'm going to retreat the team, and I'm going to terminate the mission. Okay, now I'm going to come back into the mission, but this time I'm going to have 1 damage dealer here, and I'm going to have 1 damage dealer here. Now from here onwards, it's going to be a normal corpse drag. I just put down SOP mod, I resupplied her, and now I'm going to start the actual phase. So for 02, I'm going to take this little path right here, and I'm going to start the battle. Now, I will kite until I get better gear for M16. So the reason why you want a Grenadier is because they are going to do so much damage, as you can see there, boom, 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 dealing a lot of damage. Now, I cannot move M16 backwards until these 2 fellas right here are dead, because they will target FAL. These fellas up here will only target M16. Bada bing, bada boom. We're finished there. The first battle isn't really too important. You can stand there and tank it, and M16 is still going to take, probably take a little bit more damage than usual. You know, let's say 10, 15, 20 damage, alright? So now we're right here. I'm going to move backwards a little bit, kind of let them take their damage. Oh, that was a beautiful hit. That was a beautiful hit. That was such a beautiful hit by FAL. Whew, good lord. So the second one is kind of not really important either. I could have stood in the front and taken the damage like normally, you know, if I was doing something else, whatever. But if you do care about taking a lot of damage, this is the stage that you want to be careful on. Now, the timing is going to be different for FAL 416 and SOP mod. In this one, I'm just going to worry about FAL since she's right here. FAL is going to be a little bit quicker with her grenades. So these guys right here, these little snipers, once they move up, I'm going to like wait half a second, let them stand still, and then move back. Now these 3 people will be retreated. So then I'll move back immediately. Then they're going to move up again. They're going to stand still again, and I'm going to move back again immediately. Now, the reason being is because they will shred through M16's armor so quickly that you won't even be able to shake a stick at it, trust me. So, let's go ahead and do this. Gonna move backwards. They stand still. I move forwards. Now, the reason why I want the Grenadier is because they are gonna explode everyone. Unfortunately, FAL did take a shot, which sucks. But you know, you can't help the RNG of where you get hit at. We're gonna end our turn right here. Literally nothing happens, and then it's my turn again. So now, with it being my turn, I'm going to end it here. These last 2 battles, they ain't really important. You know, I can literally stand here and tank it, or I can just move backwards and call it a day. This is probably one of my favorite stages because, dude, there's just so much damage that is dealt. It is beautiful. I love this stage. That is without a doubt my favorite stage in all of 02. Now, the reason why 02 is so important, a lot of EXP and a lot of 3-star characters. This is referred to as core heaven. You can get a lot of 3-star characters doing this route that I just showed you. Now we know that there is core hell. This is how you get out of it. This is your salvation. It is called core heaven because of those 3 stars, like I said. This in turn is going to be the greatest way to take advantage of your EXP week. I guess your EXP rate up, if you will. These stages are going to be heavenly to level up in. Just real quickly, I'll say those again. 4-3E from levels 45 to 75. 5-4 is what I chose to do. You can do that from 60 to 79. I chose to do it from 70 until 90. And then from 90 onwards, once you get that very, very specific team comp, do 0-2. Now, if you don't have that team comp, what I would recommend doing is switching out your teams. So let's say you get to 5-4 and now you hit level 90. You can continue to level 100, or you can grab in other people and start leveling those up. So for instance, in 5-4, let's say, man, this is gonna be ugly, but let's say this is your team. Let's say we have 3 ARs here, we have 2 SMGs here. In 5-4, you can now replace these 2 people with different characters to level up. You're gonna have to keep your SMGs and you're gonna have to keep your damage dealers, but you now open up 2 slots to level anybody up, and now you're gonna start leveling very, very quickly. Whoever those characters are, whether they be the AR team, whether they be the characters that you get a lot of and you get dupes of, whether it's M14, Scorpion, FNC, whoever, or if they're just 5-star characters that you're like, yo, this is my Raifu and I just want to play with them. I don't care about going into core hell, by all means, but this is going to be, in my opinion, the best way to take advantage of the EXP rate up. I've already leveled up so many characters and I've got so many more to level up. So guys, I hope that you have fun with this. Take advantage of the EXP leveling rate up from the 28th until the 3rd of September. Please take advantage of it. This is a fantastic time to literally just grind your eyes out. Guys, that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative as to learning how to corpse drag and learning the stages that I used to level up. I hope you get as high of a level as you possibly can during this rate up event, guys. Like I said, that's all I got for this one. So, as y'all know, that's the fat lady singing, that's the bells are ringing, and until the next video, I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you in the next one. God bless and peace out.